Where was JELL-O invented? Did you ever wonder? Who bought the rights to JELL-O and made millions of dollars? Who eats the most JELL-O? And what's the most popular flavor? Who tested JELL-O for brainwaves? And what's more intriguing? Where was JELL-O invented? Well, I've come to the birthplace of JELL-O, LeRoy, New York, to answer these questions and many more. I'm gonna follow the JELL-O brick road into the museum now. All right. This is the JELL-O brick road. I see no one else here. Hopefully it's open. Alright. Somebody laughing, probably laughing at me talking to myself. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Oh, we can do it in there.
Okay, alright.
And where we can start.
I live in Vermont.
Oh, very nice. Alright. Yeah, you can sit, stand wherever you want, but
Okay, no, go wherever you want. Go ahead.
alright, so JELL-O was invented right here in LeRoy, New York in 1897 by a man named Pearl Bixby Waite. So Pearl was a carpenter, but he also liked to dabble with herbal teas and medicine. So that's actually how he was able to come up with the flavorings, because an unflavored gelatin did actually exist for about 50 years prior. And if you take a look down there at that wall with those 4 oil paintings, those actually represent the first 4 original flavors of JELL-O, which were strawberry, orange, raspberry, and lemon. Pearl's wife May is actually the one that named it. We're not entirely sure why. We assume just because of jelly. Then -O was a relatively popular business thing back then. For example, there was grain-o just in town. So it makes sense. Yeah, there is no written history about it though, so who knows what she was really thinking. So the Waites were really good at making JELL-O, but they were absolutely horrible at actually getting people to buy the product. So for the 2 years they had it, nobody knew what JELL-O was, pretty much even slightly. Until 1899, when another LeRoyan named Orator Woodward, who was an already rich and successful businessman, he actually owned grain-o, he decided to buy the company for $450. So Pearl happily accepted it. Yeah, and it was a decent amount back then. It was enough for Pearl to build up a home. But unfortunately, in 1915, at the age of 45, he did end up passing away from appendicitis. Yeah.
Huh.
So Orator...
Too much JELL-O.
I know, honestly, maybe.
Or not enough JELL-O, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, that's a good... I never thought of it that way. Orator, though, he thought he could turn JELL-O into a huge company in about a year. It didn't really work out that way. So in about 1903, he decided to hire a bunch of young men. He dressed them up in the nicest clothing he could get, and he sent them out into towns from about New York City to Eastern Ohio with carriages full to the brim with boxes of JELL-O. He told them to give it all out for free, give recipe books out along with it, then go to the stores and tell them to clear their shelves because JELL-O was about to become big. And it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give free samples out until people actually want it. It works. But JELL-O hit the $1 million mark in 1907. Right before it could do so, in 1906, Orator and his business partner, Sam Nico, both passed away from strokes.
Not enough JELL-O or too much JELL-O yet again.
I know.
Something to do with JELL-O, I'm sure.
It does. Or if you own it, if Kraft asked you to buy it, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't do it. So after that, though, his wife Cora took over. And Cora had the company until about 1916, when she then handed it on to her eldest son, Ernest. She survived, so there's some happy endings. And then Ernest, later in 1925, actually sells the company to Postum Cereals and General Foods for $66 million. So he definitely had the best ending.
Yeah, yeah.
And $66 million in today's money, we found out, actually equals about $1 billion.
Yeah.
So they definitely did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later in 1964, Kraft decided to move the production of JELL-O from this town to Dover, Delaware, and that is where it's still produced today as well. The original factory in town does still exist. It's about a street over on North Street. There is a historical marker out front, but it's pretty much just abandoned right now. It became a paintball rink and things like that after, and they left the inside in pretty bad condition. But if you look at this picture down here, that's what the factory used to look like in town.
Oh, yeah.
So that front building was actually torn down, but the smokestack is still there, so it looks a little random. But the bigger building that's kind of hidden in that picture is still standing.
Okay.
Yeah, and just for a quick fun fact, but this archway right here was actually used in the Salt Lake City 2002 Olympics. And Kraft wanted to throw it out right after, but our director stepped in and grabbed it. Yeah, they actually had, well, Salt Lake City eats the most Jell-O out of any other city in the U.S.
Why is that, do you think? That told me it has to do with being Mormons.
Yeah.
Really?
It does. We've talked to a few.
Is that what they do with their old horses?
Maybe.
Sorry, that's a poor joke.
I think it's just easy. You could feed a lot of people.
And inexpensive, relatively.
Inexpensive. We talked to a few people that came from Utah, and they said that whenever you bring a salad to a family function, it's always lime Jell-O, not actual salad.
Huh.
Yeah, and they love it so much, it's actually the official state snack of Utah.
Wow.
Yep.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know states had state snacks, so I found that out, but it's a thing, I guess.
There's an official state or team or something, everything, it seems like. The official toilet paper of somebody or something.
That is very true.
There's always something.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions I could help you with, or?
No, I'm going to look around and maybe I may on the way out. Do I pay you $5 or something? Is that, did I
we're
read that?
actually free right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. I can donate $5.
Definitely.
Whatever. Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, just.
Oh.
Delicious flavors in 56.
Well, that's what, when I went into the thermostat in the other room, why everybody was so hot, it was set at 74 in there.
Jell-O box converted into a
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
fascinating.
I think you're okay here. I'm not too sure. I
People
understand
eat
that I
Jell-O
had
everywhere. Giraffes eating Jell-O? I wish I were a giraffe because Jell-O feels so good when it slides down my throat. Giraffes have longer throats. Just slide down. Hi. A ploy to sell kids and stuff here. Jell-O truck. See, when they gave it away free, like she was talking about, or else it's delivered along with milk. Oh. Here we
A
go.
man named Pearl Bixby. So he was a carpenter, but he also liked to dabble with.
Answers the question. A bowl of Jell-O, gelatin, and human brain. The human brain has some of the same frequency of brain waves.
Those four oil beginnings. Those represent the first four original flavors of Jell-O, which were strawberry, orange, raspberry, and lemon.
Interesting. Facts.
Yeah.
There's a.
Pearl's like May is
They're
actually
saying
the one
this.
that made the Jell-O.
They'll say their brain feels like Jell-O.
I'm
Well,
not sure why.
there it is.
That hyphen O was a relatively
EEG proves your brain isn't mush, it's Jell-O.
even just in town or
There's the EEG proof.
but there is some history about it. Who knows? The ways that they'll get it making Jell-O, but they're pretty
All those questions are answered.
So, unfortunately, for the 2 years that they had it, nobody really knew what it was. Until 1899, when another LeRoy came to order.
That Jell-O giraffe again.
He was actually the owner of Brooklyn. He was already working with
No doubt. Jell-O mold collection.
Wow. What year was that? 1899. So Pearl did happily accept it, and it wasn't enough money back then for him to build up.
That's a Jell-O brain mold.
Unfortunately, the next
My personal favorite. Oh, look at giant giraffe and spoons on the ceiling. Not sure what that has to do. Jell-O. LeRoy from Marco. America's favorite family dessert, Jell-O. This jar of novelties. Jell-O Barbies. Jell-O Barbie.
Crazy. We did the math and found that in today's money, they're actually just $1 billion. Wow. So I can't even imagine what's worth today. But then in the year 1964, Kraft moved the production of Jell-O from this town to Dover, Delaware, and that is where it's still produced today.
Where did they produce it in LeRoy?
So the original factory is about a street over on North Street. It's a secret one right there. And the factory is still standing.
Looks like I only got a 4-degree difference in here. At night it's 64, during the day it goes up to 69.
Steady employment to girls and women.
I have, at least that's what I'm assuming.
Why is that?
Because I can't read whether or not it's AM or PM.
Married women at home.
Okay, so during the weekday, I got a 70 degrees, 70, 64. So it looks like it's a 6-degree difference, so it should recover, but I can't figure out when it's gonna start recovering. It says 9:30 in the morning, so I might wanna turn that back at 9 o'clock, because it's gonna take more than half an hour for it to recover.
I think that concludes our Jell-O journey down the Jell-O brick road. And all the questions that I asked at the beginning of this video were answered in the first 5 minutes by the nice young lady. So